In the freezing cold of a Moscow winter evening in 1977, Robert Fulton, the head of the CIA in Moscow, drove into a gas station. While waiting for his tank to fill, a Russian man, Adolf Tolkachev, speaking with a strong accent, came up to him. Fulton, surprised by the unexpected meeting, confirmed he was an American as the Russian handed him a folded paper and quickly disappeared into the night. The note, written in Russian, hinted at secret info ready to be shared with an American official, including details for a hidden meeting. Seeing that the encounter was planned, Fulton saw it as a rare chance for the CIA to make a mark in Moscow's spy world. And with that, the stage was set for a story of mystery, bravery, and surprising partnerships. The chief found himself facing a pivotal choice. The note, penned in Russian, outlined a confidential proposal for information. Tolkachev, a seasoned Soviet engineer, possessed access to a trove of military secrets. The proposition was straightforward, setting the stage for a secret meeting that proposed to reshape the landscape of Cold War espionage. Tolkachev had been working for a Soviet military research institute, making his knowledge invaluable to the CIA. His commitment to the cause went beyond typical espionage motivations, rooted in distrust of the Soviet government. His reasons were tied to the difficult experiences of his wife's parents, who had suffered during Joseph Stalin's harsh rule. Tolkachev carried the weight of their pain in his heart, motivating him to make a bold move into the world of intelligence gathering. However, the CIA was initially reluctant due to internal issues and faced outside threats. Inside the CIA, the stress was more. Some agents were so stressed that they did something extreme and harmed themselves. This inside trouble made the already risky job even more dangerous. The secret world, usually known for outside threats, had a new problem of inside issues. At the same time, outside dangers made things worse. Embassies, usually seen as safe places, had unexpected fires, making the tough decision even more complex. The group of intelligent people found themselves in a tough spot where trust was rare, and things were very uncertain. At first, Robert Fulton did nothing with the piece of paper containing details for a hidden meeting. In May 1977, Tolkachev once again gave details for a hidden meeting. The CIA, Robert Fulton, did nothing with that either. In December 1977, Adolf Tolkachev issued another letter with details, but Robert Fulton had by then been replaced by Gardner Hathaway. Hathaway, the new boss at the station, brought a new way of thinking. Instead of being careful, he wanted a more daring and big strategy in the spy world. The CIA, dealing with problems inside and outside, was at a turning point. Hathaway's idea for a bolder approach gave a clear choice: be careful or take a riskier path. In February 1978, a memo from the Pentagon outlined the CIA's specific needs. They sought detailed information on Soviet military technology with a particular focus on aircraft electronics and weapons control systems. Notably, these needs aligned precisely with the information Tolkachev had offered. In March 1978, amidst internal CIA struggles, contact between the agency and Tolkachev was officially approved. This green light paved the way for a collaboration that would alter the course of Cold War intelligence. In August 1978, Tolkachev received a death drop containing instructions, intelligence requirements, secret writing materials, and a notebook for coded letters. This marked the beginning of a period where Tolkachev provided the CIA with valuable information, including 91 pages of handwritten notes on Soviet radar systems and weapon systems during a personal meeting on New Year's Day 1979. Running spies in Moscow was a risky business, and the CIA wasn't quick to trust Tolkachev. They knew the KGB had a habit of using fake volunteers in the past. As Adolf Tolkachev got deeper into the world of spying, the CIA faced a tricky situation. Checking if Tolkachev was really on their side became a big task, especially with the risk of KGB-controlled dangles, who were fake agents trying to trap intelligence groups. The intelligence folks struggled to figure out if Tolkachev was a trusty source or possibly a double agent. In the spy world, trust was rare, and making a mistake in judgment could be really drastic. They looked closely at Tolkachev's background and reasons to make sure he wasn't just a pawn in the Soviet intelligence game. Despite some doubts, Tolkachev's true intentions eventually won out. His dedication to exposing Soviet military secrets became clear as he kept giving important insights into avionics, cruise missiles, and even radar technology. These revelations, often gathered through personal meetings and unique methods, not only proved Tolkachev was genuine, but also turned out to be a big win for the United States. The impact of Tolkachev's contributions extended far beyond spying. His insights spanning various facets of military technology translated into a staggering estimated savings of $2 billion in US research and development costs. The information he provided became a strategic advantage, allowing the US to stay ahead in the arms race without the need for extensive and costly experimentation. Compensation negotiations followed. Adolf Tolkachev's dedication to the cause was clear. He did not seek financial gain, rather symbolic recognition. It was agreed that Tolkachev would provide information to the CIA for 12 years, and in return would receive the salary of the American president. Adolf Tolkachev was married to his wife Natasya for 22 years, and they had a son, Oleg. Tolkachev was concerned about the well-being of his son. He therefore asked the CIA for personal items and musical stereo equipment for his son. Despite the challenges, Tolkachev's commitment to espionage remained unwavering. In February 1979, the CIA discreetly left a death drop, equipping Tolkachev with a small spy camera, detailed instructions, and an operational note. This marked the transition to personal meetings as the primary mode of communication. Tolkachev stood out as someone who did things differently, choosing methods that were against the usual way of doing things. Unlike regular spies who used hidden places and radios, Tolkachev took a different route, focusing on personal connections and meeting CIA agents face-to-face. His unique approach showed how well he understood the Soviet security system. Instead of relying on hidden spots or secret messages, Tolkachev believed in talking directly to people. These personal meetings helped him build trust with his CIA partners, creating a strong connection that went beyond the usual spy methods. Over the next 5 years, more than 20 personal meetings unfolded, revealing the depth of Tolkachev's dedication. He handed over hundreds of rolls of film and pages of documents, providing the US with crucial insights into the Soviet Union's military capabilities and shaping strategic defenses. Tolkachev moved through the shadows of Moscow, not armed with high-tech gadgets, but with the simplicity of a camera. Tolkachev's choice of spying methods wasn't just about personal preference. It was a carefully planned strategy that used his strengths and took advantage of the weaknesses in the Soviet security system. Tolkachev's unusual methods became his signature. His dedication to meeting people face-to-face and using regular equipment for civilians showed a mix of boldness and cleverness, making him stand out in a world filled with secrets and hidden things. Tolkachev, with his commitment to his cause, found understanding partners in the CIA. Their relationship mirrored the complexities of the Cold War era, where alliances were formed not just for personal gain, but for a greater cause, countering a common enemy. This partnership was marked by a shared understanding of a bigger mission. Tolkachev's contributions, coupled with the unique compensation agreement, showed the depth of commitment and mutual respect that defined their collaboration. It wasn't just a business relationship. It was a harmonious blending of beliefs and goals in pursuit of a shared mission. The technical hurdles were formidable, especially with the mini camera. Its images were often unclear, and the process of taking photos was audibly conspicuous. In June 1979, Tolkachev switched to using a normal camera, enhancing the quality of the film and the stealth of his operations. The story took a sad turn as health issues became a big part of Tolkachev's spying adventure. Even dealing with high blood pressure, a health problem that might have stopped someone less determined, Tolkachev kept going. His determination to get important info, even when it could harm his health, showed a strong spirit that didn't give in to tough times. Tolkachev was motivated by a strong dislike for the Soviet regime and a commitment to fixing the wrongs his wife's family had faced. His dedication went beyond what he had to do, going past regular spying. It was a commitment rooted in a moral guide that helped him navigate through the risks and sacrifices. The risks were big, and Tolkachev's journey showed the sacrifices someone makes for a cause bigger than themselves. Spying always has risks, but Tolkachev's personal sacrifices made the story even more complicated. Each piece of secret info he wanted could potentially harm his well-being, but he stayed dedicated, no matter what. Between October and December 1979, Tolkachev contributed significantly, providing 150 rolls of high-quality film, along with detailed notes and new information. However, new safety measures at his workplace in December 1979 forced him to adapt. He resorted to taking photos in the men's toilet with new spy cameras. As Soviet security got better to stop spying, Tolkachev got into a kind of game where he had to keep changing his methods. The changes he made were not just because he wanted to, they were necessary for the mission. Tolkachev knew the Cold War spy world well, and his ability to change his approach showed how strong and adaptable he was in the spying game. February 1980 brought relief, as security measures at Tolkachev's workplace were lifted, though complaints from the majority of staff underscored the ongoing risks. In June 1980, during a personal meeting, Tolkachev delivered a trove of intelligence, including information on a new Soviet aircraft design and classified documents on air defense weapon systems. His skill in revealing these secrets gave the CIA a unique understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of the Soviet military. In April 1979, Adolf Tolkachev's concerns for his safety prompted a chilling request: a poison pill. Fearful of KGB interrogation, he sought a means to keep his espionage activities secret. The CIA eventually provided the pill in June 1980, after weighing the ethics and morals of the matter. By July 1980, Tolkachev, sensing increasing danger, requested an exfiltration plan for himself, his wife, and his son. In March 1983, he received the plan from the CIA, but his family's reluctance to leave the Soviet Union due to love for their homeland and fear of homesickness complicated matters. The summer of 1983 brought communication problems. 5 attempts at personal meetings failed. A KGB security investigation into the Tolkachev office led to missed meetings, fueled by suspicions of information leaks from Soviet fighter planes. During the security investigation, Tolkachev stopped taking photos for the CIA for fear of being caught. In November 1983, the CIA regained contact with Tolkachev. Tolkachev, during a personal meeting with the CIA, gave them handwritten notes but no rolls of film. Between April and October 1984, the CIA grappled with the delicate balance of Adolf Tolkachev's productivity and personal security. Eventually, Tolkachev was prohibited from taking photos of documents at home, and he was advised against requesting further documents. In March 1985, the CIA sought a personal meeting, but Tolkachev, facing increasing risks, claimed he couldn't comply. In April 1985, Tolkachev's upstairs window was open. This was a secret signal for the CIA. Tolkachev let the CIA know that he wanted a personal meeting. It is possible that he wanted to indicate that he was in trouble. Tolkachev did not appear at the personal meeting. The CIA's attempts to reach Tolkachev were met with silence until June 5, 1985, when he contacted him again and requested a personal meeting. Due to KGB surveillance, the CIA was unable to attend the in-person meeting. On June 13, 1985, Tolkachev's upstairs window was open again. This was a sign to the CIA that Tolkachev wanted a personal meeting. However, the CIA case officer was arrested by the KGB at the agreed time and place. The KGB was hiding in the bushes. The KGB had intercepted the meeting scheduled with the CIA and Tolkachev. They had opened the upstairs window in Tolkachev's house. It was a KGB trap. The CIA case officer and his family were forced to leave the country. On June 8, 1985, just days before the failed meeting, while Tolkachev was on vacation with his wife Natasya, the KGB searched Adolf Tolkachev's home and discovered the poison pill and evidence of espionage activities. The next day, Tolkachev and his wife encountered a roadblock. KGB agents forcibly pulled Tolkachev out of his car, and a cloth containing chloroform was held to his mouth. Tolkachev was thrown into a van and taken to a KGB prison. The betrayal remained a mystery, but 2 names surfaced as potential traitors: Aldrich Ames and Edward Lee Howard. Ames, a CIA officer, and Howard, a former CIA officer, were suspected of compromising numerous intelligence operations. In 1986, TASS, the Soviet news agency, reported Tolkachev's conviction and execution. Details were scant, but the execution was carried out by a firing squad. Tolkachev's arrest had dire consequences for his wife Natasya, who was aware of his espionage activities. Refusing to testify against her husband, she was sentenced to 3 years in a Soviet labor camp and tragically succumbed to ovarian cancer in March 1991 at the age of 31. Tolkachev's clandestine service as a CIA spy spanned 6 years, leaving behind a legacy of courage and sacrifice in the shadowy world of Cold War espionage. To sum it up, Adolf Tolkachev's story is a shining example of bravery, strong will, and giving up a lot to weaken the Soviet Union's military strength. Whether people see him as a hero or someone who betrayed his country, his influence on Cold War intelligence is clear. He has made a lasting mark in history as the billion-dollar spy.